Hi everyone. Hatirpool Sessions. We heard recently the track was called Upo,
Hmm.
and we were mesmerized by the simplicity and the arrangement and what it represented, right?
Yeah.
And then people were recommending another of the song, which is called Shohorer Duita Gaan.
Hmm.
And one of our avid listeners, Kuasha, was very admittant that this is the vocalist that you should listen to.
Hmm.
And as we respect all his recommendations, because he has never failed us, and most of his recommendations were instant. I mean, it clicked instantly with us, right?
Yeah.
So we are going to listen to this today together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And before we start, I again want to give a shout out to Shahryar. He
Hmm.
has been an amazing companion with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he provided us a very well translated version of the lyrics,
Hmm.
which were exceptionally helpful, of course. Right, and
Absolutely.
this is how we came to know that Shorer Duita Gaan means song of the two cities or two songs
Two
of the
songs
city.
of the
Two
city.
songs of
Yeah.
this.
Two songs of the city.
Right, right. So should we?
Just one more thing before we begin. I also want to give shout out to Sara Kabir. She was the first one to suggest this particular track, and she also suggested to listen to Anthan Kumar, who was the lead vocalist of Oppo. And I just went into the rabbit hole, and his voice is amazing. That guy who did Oppo. So thank you, Sarah, for recommending this particular track.
Right, right. So let's start and then we talk about it.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
begin.
Three, two, one, play. It's such a mesmerizing track with just two instruments.
Yes.
আর আসবো না বলে দুধের ওপরে ভাষা স্বর চামচে নিংড়ে নিয়ে চেয়ে আছি বাইরে বৃষ্টির ধোয়া যেন সাদা স্বপ্নের চাদর বিছিয়েছে পৃথিবীতে কেন এত বুক দোলে আমি আর আসবো না বলে যদিও কাঁপছে হাত তবুও ঠিক অভ্যেসের বসে লিখছি অসংখ্য নাম চেনা জানা
How flawlessly he switches
সব
between falsetto
কিছু
and the chesty voice. Throat.
প্রতিটি নামের শেষে আসবো না নদী আমি আসবো না পাখি আমি আসবো না নারী আমি আসবো না আর আসবো না বলেই মিছিলের প্রথম পতাকা তুলে নেই হাতে আর আসবো না বলেই
Beautiful
জাগিয়ে
guitars.
তুলি মানুষের ভেতরে মানুষ কথার ভেতরে কথা গেথে দেওয়া কেন আসবো না বলে সুখ আমি আসব না, দুঃখ আমি আসব না, প্রেম হে কাম হে কবিতায় আমার আমি আর আসব না। আজ বিদায়ের বিষণ্ণ রুমালে কে তোলে অক্ষর কালো, আসব না।
Lovely chorus.
নদী
Yes.
আমি আসব না, পাখি আমি আসব না, সুখ আমি আসব না, দুঃখ আমি আসব না,
Such a country music feel.
আমি আসব না, পাখি আমি আসব না, সুখ আমি আসব না, দুঃখ আমি আসব না।
We are switching to the second track.
Love the keys.
Yeah.
Absolutely love the keys in the second part. So beautiful, so soothing. It's so cool.
এ শহর দেয়নি কিছুই, ফুলদানি ছাড়া নেই সুবাসিত গোলাপ অথবা স্নিগ্ধ জলের ধারা, তবুও ফের ফিরে আসে সেই সব দুপুর, দুটি কিশোরীর হাতে তিনটি কুকুর, আমাদের চারপাশের নানা ভিড়ে ফিরেছে কত মানুষ, তারা নিয়ে জলে নুয়ে পড়া বৃক্ষতলে, দুজনার ছিল না কোনো তারা। এ শহর আমাকে দেয়নি কিছুই, শুধু তোমাকে
Love his
ছাড়া।
deep voice.
এ শহর আমাকে দেয়নি কিছুই, শুধু তোমাকে ছাড়া।
So kadak.
আধার ছিন্ন করে তুমি মেলে দিলে দুহাত, কি করে আমি বলো যাব তোমার কাছে, যেভাবে পর গাছা জন্মায় সূর্য বৃক্ষ চূড়ায়, তবুও ভালোবেসে পর গাছাকে কেউ বলেনি বৃক্ষ। অনেক কষ্ট অভিমান নিয়ে তুমিও চলে যাবে জানি, দুহাত চোখ মুছে রোদের কাছে আমি রাখিনি কোনো চাপ। এ শহর পারবে না ঠেকাতে জানি তোমার চলে যাওয়া, এ শহর পারবে না ঠেকাতে জানি তোমার চলে এ শহর আমাকে দেয়নি কিছুই শুধু তোমাকে ছাড়া এ শহর আমাকে দেয়নি কিছুই শুধু তোমাকে ছাড়া
The
এ
keys.
শহর আমাকে দেয়নি কিছুই শুধু তোমাকে ছাড়া আমাকে দেয়নি কিছুই শুধু তোমাকে ছাড়া
Smile on his face at the end.
Yeah, yeah,
Beautiful track.
yeah.
Beautiful track.
Kind of reminded me of Arnab, the smile at the
Yes.
end, right?
Yeah. Yeah. True.
The very humble, down to earth smile.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, yeah. Didn't feel like 9 minutes.
Yeah. That's true. Not
Didn't
didn't
feel
feel
like,
like. Yeah.
yeah, it felt like a dream. No, it's, I mean, if you take out the lyrics or, I mean, the narrative, the meaning, especially as a foreigner, when you're listening to this track and not understanding the lyrics right away, it just felt like a dream. It was so
Yes.
soothing. It was,
His voice was dreamy as well.
exactly, exactly. Especially when he went deep,
Hmm.
it was, and how skillfully he was switching between the falsetto, the airy, and the
Yeah.
deep voice. In the first part, in the first song, he was mostly the airy kind, the falsetto kind. In the second part, he was mostly deep.
Yeah.
Also, the instruments kicked up a notch as well to support that. I mean, yeah, the vocalists was amazing. I had no doubts, but it feels like that also in the comments. In the comments, it felt like he's a well-known artist. He's a very, very well-known artist, and yeah. So, what's the story? What's the background? I would like to know about him. His name is Sunny. I mean, people
Yeah.
kept calling him Sunny. Ahmed Hasan Sunny.
Ahmed Hasan Sunny. Yeah.
So who's Sunny?
Hmm.
Right. So that's this first thing. I also looked up his channel. There were a lot of songs there as well. I played one,
Hmm.
and instantly it felt beautiful.
Hmm.
We will someday listen to it together, but I still want to know more. His bio only said that he's from United States or he lives in the United States. Yeah, that's it. About this particular song, I can tell you, I was just listening while doing some other work, and yeah, this came on, and in the first part, it was very nice, very soothing. You know what? I was just moving, slightly with just the thing that we call jhumna with the song. I don't know how would you put it in English. I was just swaying
Swing. Yeah.
with this with the song, and then the keys kicked in, and then the vocals kept, I mean, caught my attention, but then the keys captured me completely. This is where I stopped everything what I was doing and then just went into the song, and then I texted you.
Yes.
This is where I texted you. You know what? Wow, this is so beautiful. We should listen
Yeah.
to it together.
Hmm.
So yeah, beautiful song.
So for me, the first song that they did, the chorus of this particular track you already mentioned was so beautiful, so hummable. But what's important for me is that the first chorus that when they did, the guitar notes were pretty decent and pretty beautiful as well. So when he sings lines, Nodi Ami Ashbona, Paki Ami Ashbona, Nari Ami Ashbona, the first chorus, the guitar notes there immerse you in. So the whole it takes you on a whole different level. The guitar notes that are played during those that chorus, it's not mind blowing or unique, but it's so apt according to the lyrics. It basically, for me, it felt like it emotes grief completely, because he's just saying goodbyes, that I'm not going to return, right? If you look at the translation, and I
Yeah, I
was
felt like it was bittersweet, kind of.
bittersweet kind of thing. Yes, absolutely. And for me, I mean, I'm just talking as an outsider, but I was able to resonate to those lines and those guitar notes instantly, because when I read the translation, um, I was already missing my dear city Karachi for some reason. And
Yeah,
I was imagining that when I left for Germany, I always thought that I would be able to visit back frequently every year, but it just didn't happen for me. And for the same reason, I was able to connect to this particular track, the first track, on a whole new level for me personally. When we talk about the second song, because it's a mashup of two songs, you were completely right about the keys. So keys held both tracks together. It was very seamless integration. It did not felt like
absolutely.
disconnected tracks just joined together or fused together for no particular reason, but it was beautifully done. It does not really felt like disconnected. And just a personal liking, the guitar notes during the second track felt a bit jarring to me, a bit raw to me, maybe because of the mixing or the production. But those guitar notes were also beautiful, and somehow it was not coming across as clearly or as pristine to me as I would have liked. That's just a personal opinion. But if I listen to that again, I think that's the whole purpose of Hatirpool Sessions, right? That they are extremely grounded and real towards their musical approach, that it almost feels like they are creating music for a common man. No fancy setting, just a simple studio and treatment that they are doing this music for, right?
Exactly. So this is exactly what I was thinking. That listen to Hatirpool session, it feels like it was kind of very encouraging, because they didn't dress up as rock stars or
Yeah.
as celebrities. It was like common man for common man.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
and it it kind of lit the idea, at least in me, that you know what, common people, friends come together and can create such beautiful things. You can too.
Yes. Yep.
You can
Yeah.
too, right? So it was very inviting. It was very
Yeah.
inviting. He said, you know what, come along, create
Mhm.
some songs with us, play
Mhm.
some songs with us.
Yeah.
And this is also, I think this is done intentionally, that the songs are kept so simple, so
Yeah.
playable,
Correct. Correct.
so hummable,
Hmm.
so singable,
Hmm.
that it's very, again, inviting.
Hmm. Yeah.
Now coming back to the song, I felt like this is a perfect song where you would, a street performer
Hmm.
standing on a
Yeah.
railway station would sing, and people would gather around,
Yeah.
just to cherish the hard to love city and hard to hate city. So
Interesting.
when you mentioned,
Interesting.
right, I mean, I think there's a lot of parallels between Dhaka and Karachi.
Hmm.
I have never been to Dhaka, but we have read a lot about it. We have heard a lot about it from our parents and all.
Hmm.
My parents have been to Dhaka, at least my
Hmm.
father, and and we have heard so many songs about Dhaka,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It feels like it's a city that is very hard to love, but also very hard to hate,
Yeah.
right? And this is exactly how our city feels like, right?
Yeah.
You will sing songs about the city.
Hmm.
You will miss the city when you leave.
Correct.
But yeah, so yeah, I was just wondering that how amazing a street performer with just a guitar would stand at a railway station,
Hmm.
and how fitting that would be.
Yeah.
How
It would be
fitting.
absolutely beautiful.
How f- and how amazing a tribute to the city. And
Yeah.
it's not like it's very specific to Dhaka.
Hmm.
This song can fit so many cities. It's so
Correct.
universal,
Correct.
so universal.
True.
Yeah, yeah. It's a beautiful, beautiful song. I wanted to mention one more thing. With just
You forgot about it. Just
oh
vanished.
yeah, yeah. They were. I mean, there are some songs that evokes so many things in your head
Hmm.
at the same time. And these are the songs that become legendary, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It creates chaos in your mind.
Hmm.
There's so many emotions going through your head, your mind,
Yeah.
listening to this particular track. And this was it,
Absolutely.
right?
And that was the comment in the recommendation as well. When Sarah, I think, commented, she mentioned that you should listen before it becomes a hit. So, so that was interesting. And I personally, it brought back a lot of memories, bittersweet memories for me when I listened to this particular track. And it's an interesting idea that you have put forth. Now I can imagine that it's a street performance singing this particular track, and this could totally be a beautiful setting when you listen to it. In that case, yeah,
Yeah, that would be so fitting, right?
yeah, absolutely. But anyways, thank you so much. Thank you so much to all of you for suggesting this track, and as well as Harsh mentioned, supporting us understand it better through the translations. And I think we are going to listen to more tracks from Hatirpool Sessions because of the approach that they have towards the music. It kind of feels really grounded and very real. And lyrics, I think, here also play a very important part in their tracks. So thank you so much once again. And we will explore further. And until then, take care of yourself. And we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Goodbye.